You're lying in bed, it's late, and suddenly your calf seizes up in a painful cramp. Sound familiar? You're not alone. For millions of adults over 60, nighttime leg cramps are more than just annoying. They're exhausting, and they don't go away easily. But what if the answer wasn't in a pill, but in a warm, calming cup of tea? In this video, we'll explore how magnesium, one of the most vital yet overlooked minerals, can soothe leg muscles, reduce cramps, and help you sleep more peacefully. And yes, you can drink it, safely and gently. You'll learn what magnesium does in your body, how to get it through food and tea, and why it could be the missing link in your nighttime routine. And stay with me to hear Helen's story, a 68-year-old retiree who finally found her way back to pain-free sleep with just one simple change. Dr. 1. Why do leg cramps strike at night after 60? Let's start by understanding the enemy. Why do those painful, surprise cramps seem to strike when we're just trying to rest? It turns out as we get older, our muscles become more sensitive to small shifts in hydration, circulation, and minerals like magnesium and potassium. And at night, when our bodies are still and blood flow naturally slows, muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need as easily. According to Harvard Health, age-related loss of flexibility in muscle tissue, combined with declining magnesium levels, creates the perfect storm for nighttime leg cramps. You may feel it in your calf, your toes, your thighs, a sudden seizing, like your muscles are locking up. That's because the muscle fibers are misfiring. They're trying to relax, but they're missing the signals and the support they need. It's easy to think this is just part of getting older, but that's not entirely true. These cramps are real physiological signals. They're your body asking for help, especially in the form of hydration, circulation support, and yes, magnesium. And that brings us to something simple and surprisingly powerful that can help. Number 2, magnesium, the muscle mineral that most seniors lack. If your muscles are cramping, twitching, or tightening, it might not be age. It might be magnesium. Magnesium is like your body's natural muscle relaxer. It helps regulate nerve signals, calm overactive muscle fibers, and even reduce inflammation. In fact, it's involved in more than 300 different processes in the human body, and muscle relaxation is right near the top of the list. According to the National Institutes of Health, seniors are particularly vulnerable to low magnesium levels. Why? Because our ability to absorb it from food declines with age, and many medications, like diuretics, heart pills, or acid blockers, flush magnesium out of the system even faster. So even if you're eating well, you could still be deficient. When magnesium is low, your muscles have no trouble contracting, but they struggle to release. That's what causes the tightness and cramping that sneaks up at night. But here's the bright side. Replenishing magnesium doesn't require pills or complicated routines. One of the gentlest ways to help your muscles feel better is to sip it in a warm tea, especially before bed, when your body is preparing to rest, rebuild, and restore. Let's talk about why nighttime is the perfect window. 3. Why your body needs magnesium. Most at night, bullseye 200 to 220 words. There's a quiet rhythm to the body, and for seniors, that rhythm becomes more important than ever. When you fall asleep, your body enters its repair mode. Hormones shift, tissues start rebuilding, and muscles, ideally, begin to relax and heal. But if you're low on magnesium, this process can be interrupted. According to a 2012 study in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, older adults who supplemented with magnesium before bed reported better sleep quality, fewer awakenings, and less nighttime muscle discomfort. Why? Because magnesium supports two vital processes. First, it helps regulate muscle activity, preventing the spasms and cramps that can interrupt sleep. Second, it boosts the production of melatonin, your natural sleep hormone, which means deeper, more restorative rest. Picture it. Instead of waking up in the middle of the night with a stabbing pain in your leg, you sleep through the night. You wake up with a body that feels rested, relaxed, and strong. That's the magic of nighttime magnesium. And here's where it gets practical. You don't need a supplement or a pill. You just need a soothing, magnesium-rich tea before bed. And in the next section, we'll show you exactly what to look for and how to make it work. Search 4, what to sip and what to skip. So what kind of tea are we talking about here? Well, not all teas are created equal, especially when it comes to supporting your muscles and sleep. Some are just warm water with flavor. Others, they're true botanical allies for your aging body. Let's start with what works. Teas made from herbs like nettle, chamomile, lemon balm, and peppermint are naturally rich in magnesium and other calming compounds. Nettle in particular is considered one of the best plant-based sources of magnesium, according to Healthline. It's earthy, mineral-rich, and supports not just your muscles, but your kidneys and circulation too. Chamomile has been used for centuries to relax both the body and the mind, and studies show it can promote longer, deeper sleep. Lemon balm and peppermint are gentle on the stomach and ease nervous tension, making them perfect companions at the end of the day. And here's a little tip. Some bedtime tea blends now include magnesium citrate or glycinate right in the bag, making it easier than ever to sip your way to better rest. But steer clear of teas with caffeine, like black or green tea. Even in small amounts, caffeine can disrupt your sleep cycle and irritate the bladder. Not ideal before bed. Your evening cup should be soothing, not stimulating. And once you've chosen the right tea, the next question becomes, how much magnesium do you really need? 5. How much magnesium do you really need after 60? It's easy to assume you need a huge dose of magnesium to feel better. But here's the truth. Consistency matters more than quantity. The recommended daily intake of magnesium for adults over 60 is about 320 to 420 milligrams, depending on sex and individual health factors. But many older adults fall short, and not because they're doing anything wrong. As we age, digestion changes. You might not absorb nutrients from food the way you used to. Add in common medications like diuretics, blood pressure pills, or acid reducers, and you've got a recipe for depletion. WebMD notes that symptoms of low magnesium include muscle cramps, poor sleep, anxiety, and fatigue, all things many seniors assume are just aging. But in many cases, these issues are the body's quiet way of asking for more support. Now, you don't have to track every milligram. Just think in terms of daily rhythm. A magnesium-rich tea at night, some greens or nuts during the day, and, if needed, a small supplement under your doctor's guidance. And remember, more isn't better. High doses of magnesium can upset your stomach. The goal isn't to flood your system, it's to nourish it gently every day. So what does that look like in real life? Let's paint the picture. 6. Best everyday sources to pair with magnesium tea. Magnesium tea is a great place to start, but to keep your levels steady, it helps to build a full day of support. And thankfully, nature has you covered. Many common foods are rich in magnesium. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard pack a powerful punch. Add a handful of almonds, cashews, or pumpkin seeds to your snack routine, and you're already supporting muscle health. Beans, lentils, whole grains, and even dark chocolate, yes, the good kind, all contribute too. The Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consistently ate magnesium-rich foods had better muscle tone, improved mobility, and fewer nighttime cramps. So what could a magnesium day look like? Start your morning with oatmeal topped with pumpkin seeds and a few berries. At lunch, enjoy a leafy green salad with beans or grilled salmon. For dinner, a hearty lentil stew or a piece of whole grain toast with avocado. And at bedtime, yes, your warm cup of magnesium tea. It's not a diet, it's a rhythm. One that gently supports your body's natural cycles, from sunrise to sleep. And speaking of sleep, let's meet someone whose life changed with just this kind of rhythm. 7. Cultural wisdom. You might be surprised to know, the idea of sipping tea for muscle relief isn't new. In fact, it's a time-honored ritual in some of the oldest healing traditions on Earth. Let's start in India, where Ayurvedic medicine has long used herbal teas to soothe both the body and the mind. At night, elders often sip brews made from ashwagandha, licorice root, or holy basil, not just for taste, but for how they help the nervous system settle. These plants are believed to ease tension, reduce spasms, and promote calm digestion, all essential for sleep. In Japan, there's a similar tradition called Kampo medicine. Many of these herbal blends, passed down for generations, contain magnesium-rich botanicals used to promote circulation and regulate nerve activity. The goal isn't just sleep, but balance. And in South America, indigenous communities often turn to cocoa husk tea or yerba mate after long days of work. These warm infusions are sipped not for energy, but for recovery, helping the body come down after strain. What's remarkable is that modern science is finally validating what these cultures have known all along. Tea isn't a trend, it's a ritual, a way to care for your body with respect and rhythm, and your own ritual. It can begin tonight. 8. Creating your bedtime routine. So here's the big question. What would it feel like to go to bed without fear? To lie down, close your eyes, and trust that your legs will stay calm, your muscles will stay soft, and your body can finally rest? That's what we're building here. Not a cure, not a quick fix, but a ritual of relief. Your routine doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the best ones feel like peace. Picture this. An hour before bed, you dim the lights. You boil water. Maybe you play some soft music or crack open a book. And in that quiet space, you pour a warm mug of your chosen tea, nettle, chamomile, lemon balm, and let it do what it's done for centuries. According to the Cleveland Clinic, seniors who build a consistent bedtime routine, including a calming drink, report significantly deeper, less interrupted sleep. That's not magic. That's biology responding to rhythm. So start simple. One mug, one habit, one small change. Because healing doesn't happen in a rush, it happens in routines. And yours can start tonight, with a quiet cup and a moment just for you. Let's end with a story, one that might sound familiar. Helen, 68 from Oregon, used to dread bedtime. Almost every night, just as she'd drift off, her calves would seize up. The pain would shoot through her legs, leaving her gasping and pacing the living room at 2 a.m. She tried everything. More water, stretches, warm baths. But the cramps kept coming, until her daughter brought her a homemade tea blend, just nettle, chamomile, and lemon balm. Helen started sipping it every night before bed. No pills, no pressure, and slowly the cramps faded. She sleeps better now. No more ice packs, no more late-night pacing, just calm, quiet rest, and a warm mug she now calls her best evening friend. Have you ever tried magnesium tea for cramps or sleep? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else. Know a friend who struggles with nighttime leg cramps? Send them this video. It might change their nights and their days. We post weekly wellness stories just like this, so subscribe to stay strong with us. And if you leave a comment, I'll send you our free 7-day Sleep Stronger guide filled with calming recipes and bedtime rituals. You deserve sleep. You deserve peace. And sometimes it begins with one simple cup.